Hi friends, this lesson is for Module 4, Lesson 16. The other day, the wildest thing happened. See, I had my two friends, Hank and Bruce, and I said, hey fellas, I'm going to give you this number sentence, and you find out the answer, but it should be the same thing. And they're like, okay, Miss Howard. So, I gave Hank the number sentence 13 plus 2, and I gave Bruce the number sentence 13 plus 20, because they kind of felt like they were the same question to me. And both the boys were like, Miss Howard, there is no way our answers are going to be the same. And I was like, what? But you know what? The boys were right. And our learning goal today is going to help us to figure out why they were correct and that they were about to have different answers. See, our learning goal today says, I can add ones and ones and tens and tens. What does that mean? Well, I'll show you. See, Hank started with 13 plus 2. So, like all good thinkers, Hank drew a picture. There you go. He had 13 and then he added 2 more. So if he's adding 2 more, is he going to add the 2 to the tens or the ones? Yeah, you're right, the ones, because they're just 2 ones. 1, 2. Then he could clearly see his answer was 10 plus 5 equals 15. But then when Bruce went to do his problem, he had 13 plus 20. So he started with his good picture, 13. But is he going to add 2 more tens? No. And see, that's what I forgot. He wasn't adding ones, he was adding tens. So now what's his answer? 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33. 33. Oh, yeah. So when I told the fellas that they would have the exact same answer probably, they were like, no way, Miss Arwood, because Hank was adding to the ones, but Bruce was adding to the tens. And today, knowing the difference between ones and tens is going to be very helpful when we're adding, because we're going to try to add all of the ones first and then add any tens we have. Here, let me show you how we're going to do that. So here's the problem that Hank had, 13 plus 2. Well, like we just discussed in his picture, he was just going to add to the ones. So I could do it with a picture, or I could use a number bond. So I'm going to look at 13, and I'm just going to go ahead and separate those into their two parts of tens and ones. So we have a 10 and 3. Those are the parts for 13 that show tens and ones. Now, I can write a new number sentence where I add the ones. Remember our learning goal, add the ones and ones. So let's see, I have 3 plus 2, and that's going to equal 5. See, I added all my ones. Now I need to add the tens. Well, I only have one group of 10, 10. So I can just add that to my total amount of ones. So 10 plus 5 equals 15. And of course, that was the answer. I solved the problem the same way that Hank did, except for instead of drawing a picture, this time I knew what the different parts to a number could be when I talk about tens and ones. So I just made my number bond to help me understand and show my thinking. That's what we're going to practice today, friend. Can you go get a dry erase board or a marker or your math journal, because you're going to try a few with me. Press play when you're ready. Okay, here we go. So go ahead and write 15 plus 4 on your dry erase board. Okay, since our learning goal says we're going to add ones and ones first, the first thing I want to do is draw a number bond with 15. Go ahead and do it with me. Now I'm going to pull out the tens, and I have one group of 10. And then I'm going to pull out the ones from 15, which would be, what would it be, friend? Yeah, you're right, 5. Now that I've divided up my tens and my ones, I'm going to go ahead and add my ones together. Well, I have 5 ones from 15, and can you point to the other ones I'm going to add? Yep, you're right, the 4. So my number sentence would be 5 plus 4. And that equals 9. If I wasn't sure, I could show 5 counting 6 and add 4 more. I could count on 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have different choices. So 5 plus 4 equals 9. Now I just have to add in my tens. Well, I had one group of 10, so that's 10 plus 9 equals 19. That must mean 15 plus 4 equals 19. See how by taking out the tens and the ones, I was able to add the different parts together before I found the whole amount. All right, let's try another one. This time we're going to do 17 plus 3. Okay, right away, we're going to go ahead and draw that number bond for 17. Can you go ahead and draw the two parts for 17 and then press play to check yourself? Okay, so your two parts should be 10 and 7. Perfecto. All right, press pause again and write the first number sentence where you're adding the ones and ones together. Okay, do you have your ones number sentence? Well, it's the 7 from the 17 plus 3. 7 plus 3 equals, hey, we made a new 10. Well, that's cool. All right, now I need to take that 10 and add it to the 10s I already had. So it should say 10 plus 10, and that equals 20 altogether. So 17 plus 3 equals 20. Okay, friend, it's your turn. I want you to try this one all by yourself. Press pause and then press play when you're ready. I want you to go ahead and write the number bond for 11, add the ones, and then add the 10s. Okay, you should have your good answer. Are you ready to check yourself? All right, the first thing I'm going to start with is separating out those 10s and 1s in 11. So I should have my number bond with a 10 and a 1. Now you should have written the number sentence for your 1s. I had 1 1 from the 11 and then 6 1s. And 1 plus 6 equals 7. Now that I've added my 1s, I'm going to add my 10s. I had 10 plus 7 equals 17. So that must mean 11 plus 6 equals 17. How you doing, friend? You hanging in there? I mean, I think you're doing amazing. Well done. Let's keep cruising. All right, it's your turn again. I want you to go ahead and try 16 plus 4. Do the whole thing. Find the whole answer. Make sure that you show that good number bond. And then your number sentence where you add the 1s and your number sentence where you add the 10s. And then press play to check yourself. Did you do it? Don't try to be sneaky. Press pause and finish it up and then check yourself. Okay, here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is do a number bond with 16 to pull out the 10s and the 1s. So I have one group of 10s and then 6 1s. Now my number sentence is going to be adding the 1s together. So I have 6 1s from 16 plus the 4 1s. And hey, look at that. 6 and 4 are 10, friends, so I made a new 10. Now all I have to do is just add in the 10s I already had. Well, 16 had a group of 10s, plus I just made a 10, so 10 plus 10 equals 20. So that means 16 plus 4 equals 20. Wow, I have to say, you have done so well with this learning goal today. Because our learning goal said that I can add 1s and 1s and 10s and 10s. And that's exactly what we've been doing today, and you've been doing such a nice job. Friend, it's your turn. This is the problem I want you to seesaw to your teacher. 12 plus 7. And what I would like you to do is I want you to show me the number bond for 12. And then a number sentence where you add your 1s together, and a number sentence where you add the 10s. Good luck, friend.